Hello, we're the Vagger Brothers.
And this is a really tiny Swiss Army knife that says Geneva on it.
Because we're in Geneva.
Whoop,
whoop, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Geneva is the second largest city in Switzerland, located in the far west of the country on the shores of Lake Geneva, surrounded by the Jura Mountains, the Alps, and France.
Geneva is compact, classy, and cosmopolitan, plus it's super central. It's like an hour flight from almost anywhere in Europe, which makes it the perfect weekend getaway.
We'd never been, so when Visit Geneva offered to host us during the Geneva Festival, we caught a quick flight from Paris to Switzerland.
Geneva sits between a crystal clear lake and two rivers, the Alf and the Rhone. Alf? How do you pronounce it? The Arve? The A-R-V-E and the R-H-O-N-E. Those are the two rivers. We were super grateful when Geneva Tourism told us that we'd be staying at the East-West Hotel, a 4-star hotel, a 10-minute train ride from the airport, and 1 block from the lake.
Right after checking in, they surprised us with an unusual pairing, local wine and chocolate, which made us want to collapse on our big comfy beds.
But eventually we had to get our lazy asses up off of our comfortable beds. Yes, I love you, Switzerland. And explore the rest of the city. So we met up with Arnaud, a local historian who gives city tours on beach cruisers.
As he wheeled us through the old town, he explained that Geneva's location between Germany, France, and Italy made it a natural place for a market and a crossroads for ideas, especially the ideas of John Calvin and the Protestant Reformation.
More recently, Geneva has become a truly international city and home to the United Nations, and that's because Switzerland is unique among the countries of Europe.
It's an independent alpine nation made up of 26 cantons that speak 4 different languages. Extra points if you can name all 4.
We visited on August 1st, Swiss National Day, which celebrates when the first 3 cantons kicked out the Habsburgs and formed a confederation in 1291. Oh, so long ago.
To celebrate, we followed locals to the Bahn de Paquis, a public swimming area in the center of the city where we had lunch and watched traditional Swiss wrestling, which kind of looked like a wedgie competition.
Later that night, we headed to the shores of Lake Geneva to watch the celebrations.
It was great timing on our part because not only did we catch the Swiss National Day, but also the Geneva Festival, which lasts the first 2 weeks of August and brings together international cuisine, world music, and one of the biggest displays of fireworks in the world.
We made a lot of friends from all over the world because one of the coolest things about Geneva is its diversity.
2 out of every 3 people in Geneva come from abroad, and there are literally people from every single country here thanks to international organizations like the United Nations. Switzerland has a history of neutrality, which makes Geneva a place of diplomacy and peace.
And you might have guessed, this is where they wrote the Geneva Convention. It's also home to the Red Cross and the United Nations, which was founded after World War II to promote dialogue and cooperation between nations instead of war.
When I was growing up, I always wanted to be a diplomat, so it was really cool for me to go visit the UN. But it also made me realize that these days, you don't have to be a diplomat to work towards the same goals. Social media allows all of us to come together online, exchange perspectives, and try to understand people from different cultures, which is what we're trying to do with our videos, and which is what you do every time you comment and collaborate on our project. So thank you so much for helping us grow this community.
Speaking of international collaboration, next we headed over to the CERN, where 10,000 scientists from over 100 countries are working together to solve the deepest mysteries of science.
Okay.
Protons, neutrons, electrons,
and quarks. We are at CERN, European Organization for Nuclear Research, where scientists are using the world's largest and biggest and most powerful particle accelerator to plumb the secrets of the universe. How it was made. With a B on the end, plum. I think that makes sense.
What is that? No.
They're trying to figure out how...
To apricot the secrets of the world.
They're trying to figure out how the world was made. And this is
by smashing particles into other particles at ridiculously
light
fast
speed,
speeds.
almost light speed. So it should be cool.
Yeah, and it's all underground. So, let's go.
Okay. 100 meters underground, there are 27 kilometers of tubes, frozen to negative 270 degrees Celsius, and surrounded by 33,000 tons of electromagnets and 7,000 kilometers of wires. That's a lot.
Basically, they're trying to replicate the conditions of the universe before the Big Bang, but when one of the scientists tried to explain it to me, I realized why I got a D in high school physics.
It was a long day. Our brains were aching, our stomachs were growling, and after 2 months on the road, we were hungry for a slice of home. So we headed over to the Hamburger Foundation where we had a beer and a burger with the owner, George.
So we started up with a food truck 2 years ago and opened the restaurant 6 months ago. And the food truck was more or less to test out the product on our beautiful Swiss people here to see if they enjoyed American hamburgers, and it's working out. So we've only got 3 burgers on the menu. We just got the hamburger, the cheeseburger, and the bacon cheeseburger. And we just want to keep it simple, but try and do the best local quality homemade products you could find.
After dinner, George invited us to a house party, which was a great way to end our time here in Geneva. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our take on Geneva. If you did, make sure you check out the links to Geneva tourism in the info box below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for new travel videos every Tuesday.
In the meantime, in the international spirit of Geneva, let's ask you a question. Do you think social media can provide the cultural understanding and dialogue that we need to make the world a better place? We're looking forward to seeing your answers in the comment box below. See you next week.
Yeah.